So I'm at it again, making another commentary video, and this time I'm just gonna be here to discuss something. It's not gonna be an issues of anything or anything like that. It's just gonna be like, oh wait, give me a minute, hold up. Okay, I'm back. So I'm gonna go out of my way to figure out something that. Okay, scratch that. Okay, let's get to the point. I'm going to be talking about one of the strongest Disney characters that Disney may have accidentally ever made. This character... Okay, brace yourself. If you are expecting characters like the Genie or like Jafar, just so you know, they're wish granters. So I will just go out of my way and say this first of all. No, I do not count these guys because they can fucking grant wishes and shit. So let's just get this over with. The strongest Disney character, in my opinion, is Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. Now, I can already tell that, by the way, you're probably, like, looking at me right now, you're probably like, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, okay, sorry, I just ate, like, a fruit snack thing earlier, and I fucking have shit in my throat. Okay, my bad. Anyways, Stitch, although, like, most people don't usually pay attention to Stitch and saying how strong this guy is, but if you have watched any of my shorts videos before this, you may remember Stitch was in like 3 of them. And I'll tell you what. He gave like Ty in my short video a run for his money. Like he literally could have won if it weren't for a few factors. He also could have won against like that Alistair fella in the short video if I had more points that would have led towards Stitch. Because... well, let's just be honest here. Hazbin Hotel characters are just weak as shit. So, let's just go on. And I'll tell you what. I'll just say this now. Stitch is just gotta be like one of the most broken Disney characters I've ever seen besides the Genie. Now, let's just like talk about this first. We're gonna talk about how strong this guy is. Or how... actually, no. We'll just scratch that. We'll talk about how Jumba, the guy who fucking made him, designed this motherfucker. Okay, so first, he made him able to lift things 100 times his own size. Now, if you do not know how tall Stitch is roughly around 3 foot 3 inches. And if you take 3 and you multiply it by 100, he can lift objects that are approximately 300 feet. Which means that, yes, he can lift the old Showa Godzillas, probably. If you can get a good grip on him, yeah. I get it, it sounds crazy, but at the same time, there's not really much proof back, like, denying that. So, yeah, that's it. And I'll tell you what. Stitch is just, like, broken when it comes to living things. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. I'll tell you what. Within this week, I will make a video on... I'll make, like, a short-term video of Optimus Prime versus Stitch. Because, like, apparently Optimus Prime is broken and Stitch is broken, so I'm just going to put those two together. Now we're going to talk about Stitch's speed. Stitch is, well, not that he was already strong enough. He is speedy as fuck, I'll tell you what. And I don't really know. I'm trying to like, remember the shows. Like, I probably should have watched the movie before I made this video, but, like, just fuck it. If I'm wrong... you can, like, correct me, but, like, I think Stitch is faster than the average human. It could probably run at, like, the full speed of, like, kind of how like, a tiger can. And if you don't know how fast a tiger can run, it can pretty much run, like, 5 times faster than a human. I would think so, but, like, I couldn't study before this because, like, I was, like, in tight schedule type shit because I had school today and all that bullshit. So, yeah, I think that's how fast Stitch is. And judging by the fact that he's strong and Stitch, like, he's strong and speedy like that. If you mix those two together, you get something broken as fuck. I'm being real with you. However, one more thing I gotta add here. I gotta add that this motherfucker is durable as hell. He is like... he can tank a volcano. He can tank multiple explosions. He could tank a fucking crash from like a unidentified flying object or UFO, whatever the fuck you want to call it. No, I get it. That one wasn't a dream, but at the same time, he probably can. And overall, nothing. He not gonna think about it. All in the fucking movies, it turns out, like, he pretty much came out unscathed. Like, if you ever seen that, like, in Lilo and Stitch 1, he literally went through all that unscathed. He didn't even have a fucking scratch on him. Or, that's why I remember, I don't know. Maybe when I look back at it, it'll be different. Like, I'll tell you, I'll watch Lilo and Stitch after this and just fucking, like, study it and bullshit. So, furthermore, Stitch is, okay, he's, like, very durable. Let's just say that. Now, let's talk about how smart this motherfucker is. Stitch, downright, might be one of the most smartest things I've ever seen, honestly. Like, animal-wise. Because, like, if you see how his battle tactics work, like, if you remember that one scene of Lilo and Stitch where he grabbed a fucking truck with diesel in it and bullshit, like, he popped a hole. He ripped open a hole of gasoline, and then he just fucking let it fly, and then he just fucking, flew, like, thousands of feet into the air. And I don't know how the hell he knew that, even though he was an extraterrestrial. But, yeah, I'll just say that, like, honestly. And not to mention, this guy is pretty intelligent. He can learn English. This motherfucker speaks English in his movie. He went from speaking in his little Stitch voice to, like, full-on fucking human speech. Now, I'll tell you what. That is some smart animal bullshit right there. He's smarter than a chimpanzee. Let's just say that. And he's also smart enough to operate pilot ships, I believe. He's smart enough to fly and drive, and heck, even boat. Wait, is it boat? I don't know. Let's just finish this a little bit up. He's just smart as fuck. Like, he's probably smarter than I am at doing math at school. Like, dead ass. And furthermore, let's just see how, like, battle intelligence he has. Like, this guy has got, like, a fuck ton of battle intelligence. Like, if you don't remember in the movie, he literally fucking, like, dodged bullets, I think. I think. Space bullets. Like, phasers. And he was smart enough to learn that the air vents were to go to a ship, I believe. I want to call this battle IQ, but honestly, it kind of feels like you would use that in a battle at some point. So, yeah, he's just, like, very fucking smart, honestly. Look at him. He's probably got a higher IQ than I do, honestly. So, he's just, like, very fucking smart. Let's just put that way. And he's, like, very fucking smart in battle intelligence as well. So, furthermore, let's go to experience. Like, how much experience does this guy have? Well, judging by his actions, in the first movie, he kind of had the brain of, well, you could per se a toddler, or, like, your average dog. And I'll tell you what, your average dog is pretty fucking smart, in my opinion. So, I don't know how to also tie into experience, but I just feel like it kind of would. So, let's just put this together. He's pretty much, in the first movie, just smart as your average toddler, or your average dog. And in the second movie, he's around as smart as a 6-year-old. And in the third movie, where, honestly, I don't like the third movie. I don't like Lilo and Stitch 3. So, in his third movie, he's pretty much got, like, smarter than the average adult man, like, or adult woman, I would believe. Because, like, if you see this motherfucker, he's literally fucking, like, he's, like, dead-ass commanding an entire-ass battleship. And he's a police. He's, like, a policeman. He's a space policeman. And, heck, he even fucking remembers all those fucking things. Like, he remembers. Ever since the first film, he remembered saving Lilo from that Captain Gantu guy. And he remembers it all. Like, he's got a good memory, too. He's like an elephant. They hold a grudge against you or something. So, let's just, like, okay. Overall aside, this guy, like, if we put this, how destructive this motherfucker is, he's destructive as fuck. Like, if you haven't watched the movie, like, in his dream, in the second movie, he had a dream that he was flying a ship, and he crashed it into Lilo's house. And he started destroying everything in his path, and even clawed Lilo in his own dream. I told Lilo to woke him up and said, Stitch, you're having a bad dream again. Wake the hell up. And honestly, I know it's just a dream, but it's safe to say that this motherfucker might be more destructive than, like, your average grenade. Like, honestly. Now, like, let's look at all the shit that he's caused. Like, all the destruction he's caused. He's pretty much caused a blackout for a ship. He caused, like, pretty much the entirety of fucking Hawaii to kind of go into a small panic state. I don't know. Like, I forgot. I haven't watched the movie. Maybe not. Maybe not. But you get my point. He's destructive as hell. He's managed to take out trucks. He's managed to take out, like, giant ships. Heck, he's even probably managed to take down another extraterrestrial. So let's just, like, wrap that up and go into a different category. That reminds me of something. Think here. Stitch might be one of the most strongest extraterrestrials there are besides any of the Star Wars ones. Or, heck, even other ones with, like, telekinesis or something. Like, for example, Stitch can probably beat Jake or Neytiri from Avatar. Like, that's just something to point out there. Like, it's possible. I know it's not fully possible, but it's possible. Heck, he can probably even beat the Xenomorph, or maybe the Predator. Maybe not the Queen one, but you get the point. I mean, just overall, he's just a very powerful character, honestly. And heck, probably one of Disney's most, like, underrated characters ever. Now, I'll tell you what. Out of all Disney characters, I would have thought, like, if I were to choose the strongest character, at first I would have thought, like, a genie or something. Actually, no, the genie is the most strongest character in Disney. However, besides the whole magic hoo-ha bullshit, that's just how it goes, yeah. So, like, I'm just gonna wrap this up. I think I enjoyed trying to figure out how strong this little Disney character is. And I don't do Disney shit often, so it's fun. And it's better than, like, discussing the issues of games like VR Chat or Gorilla Tag or whatever the fuck you want to call it. However, I'll tell you what, that video will be coming out soon of a versus battle between Optimus Prime and Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. And I think I'll probably make it after this video turns, like, a day old or whatever the fuck. So, hope you're excited for that. And I'll tell you what, I'll be signing off now because, yeah, you're knocking on my door right now. I'm gonna go and answer that shit. Yeah, bye-bye.